I am Ripper the Clown, the unpredictable cartoon character come to life, and I'm here with some breaking WWE news. It seems that Titus O'Neil has been suspended by the WWE for 90 days for quote-unquote unprofessional conduct for grabbing and or hugging Vince McMahon during the Daniel Bryan retirement celebration on Raw. Blah, 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 blah. You know, my first thought when I heard this news was that, because it's all over online, everywhere. And my first thought was that years ago, the mainstream media would never discuss professional wrestling in any context. And now it's everywhere. And it used to be you had to go to a wrestling site to get wrestling news. And now all the major sport networks and all the major media outlets are covering wrestling news. It's just very strange to me. But that aside, I've never been a big Titus O'Neil fan, but I have to say I'm not really a big fan of anyone on the WWE roster, for that matter. But what I have to say is that this situation is patently asinine, ridiculous, and insane. And I'm going to tell you why. Because, think about this. They're saying that Titus O'Neil's behavior, grabbing Vince McMahon, whatever, was unprofessional conduct. Gone for 90 days. Approximately 1 year ago, the big talk in the wrestling world was Sethgate. Now, if you're unfamiliar with that, what happened was Seth Rollins, who was WWE champion at the time, he had a fiance, and he also had a girlfriend. I believe her name was Zahra. She worked for NXT, and so being the nice guy and the loyal boyfriend that Seth Rollins obviously was, he had this girlfriend, Zahra, and he was sending her nude photos of himself via text. And his fiance got a hold of the nude photos somehow, and she posted them online. Now, at the time, I heard there was no suspension of Seth Rollins for unprofessional conduct, but this definitely was. I mean, only a dumbass would send nude pictures of himself online, especially a celebrity, or via text rather, especially a celebrity, because those things could always surface. But he did it anyway because he was just a horny bastard and a jerk. So check this out. There's no suspension of Seth Rollins for violating WWE moral or ethic policy, which, they had the PG-13 rating, so that they expect their performers to behave themselves personally on a certain level at this point in time. This isn't the 90s anymore. There was no suspension for unprofessional conduct. He didn't drop the belt. They didn't fire him. They didn't do anything. Yet, that's one extreme. Seth Rollins sending pictures of his weenie. You probably had like 10 and 12-year-olds Googling wrestling news that day or that week, and they're, subject to pictures of Seth Rollins standing in a mirror looking at his wiener with a look of oomph and awe on his face. God damn, man. Absolutely insane. And the WWE did nothing to Seth Rollins. Yet, Titus O'Neil grabs Vince McMahon, hugs him, whatever, and they suspend him for 90 days for unprofessional conduct. This is asinine, people. This is absolutely just utterly ridiculous. But I guess it makes sense in the realm of the WWE product, which is why I can't stand it anymore. It's because nothing makes sense. So I guess now it's not just the on-screen product that makes no sense. It's the behind-the-scene political system that makes zero sense. Hey, I'm Ripper the Clown. Check out my other pop culture and pro wrestling comedy videos on YouTube. And for the love of God, after watching this video, don't you dare go Google pictures of Seth Rollins' wiener.